Good evening, this is James, and this is macaroni and cheese. This is not the crap macaroni and cheese that you would get in the supermarket or convenience store in the States, because they don't have that in Japan. And past midnight, well, let's see. The latest, Caldi's is open. Caldi's is like a, Caldi's is an import food shop that has a couple stores around here. They have like Tim Tams, they have crap macaroni and cheese, they have every kind of pasta you can imagine. The latest are open is 11, so if it's like 2 a.m., and you really need macaroni and cheese, see, I gotta hurry up and eat this because I made too much. So I gotta eat it all before it gets cold. Macaroni? 7-Eleven. Got the macaroni at 7-Eleven. They come in these little, well, they look like little tiny bags, right? I got 2 of them, and I cooked both. And it ended up being this huge mountain of macaroni. 1 would have been enough. The mozzarella, or at least a close approximation of mozzarella, I got it at Lawson's. So I'm thinking that's macaroni at 7-Eleven. And mozzarella at Lawson's. Luckily, I happen to have a cheese grater around. Although, when I got the mozzarella, I got like 3 blocks of it. I should have like tried to grate them all at once because, well, for one thing, I don't have a lot of experience with this sort of thing, but mozzarella is awful soft, and the better you can get it grated up, the better it melts. What else did I learn this week? Tokyo Disneyland. Yes, I know everyone thinks I'm selling shit for Disney, but actually I don't care so much about Mickey or whatever. The place is just really well run. It's really clean. I mean, if you go into a gift shop, they don't have like cardboard boxes sitting around. Oh no, I think... Oh, felt like it was going to come out my nose. A typical gift shop and a typical like amusement park, you'd have like cardboard boxes sitting around like you were in someone's like living room. Or, well, I don't know. You'd have stuff like lying around, but not in Disneyland. Everything's just like spick and span. Everything's really well kept. Everything's clean. Everything runs pretty well. They just have their shit together. They have their act together, I should say, since it's Disney. That's why I like Disneyland. It's just really well done. I bought my After 6 pass the day before, on Wednesday. But when we got there, Thursday night, there was no line for buying tickets. So getting into the park was no problem at all. So if you're going for an After 6 pass, you don't need, I mean, you can buy it the day in advance. You can buy it the day before, but you don't need to. There was no line getting into the park. And there was practically no line on any of the rides. So you could really ride everything at least once if you ran around a lot. They don't like tripods. They don't like tripods for a few different reasons. One, they're afraid that with all the crowds of people walking around that someone will bump into them. Something I read about a few years back is that there used to be people who would like push people out of the way and set up tripods to take footage of the parades and then sell DVDs of the parades, which if you think about it is not really cool. So they don't like tripods. They don't even like Gorilla-Pods. Well, at least if you're sticking them on top of like restaurant menus and shit like that. That might be all I can eat. I'm gonna let my stomach settle for a bit. But the point is, if you want to go to an amusement park on a work night, on a weeknight, when it's not so crowded, you can. If you suddenly have a craving for macaroni and cheese at 2 in the morning, you can make it. I didn't even think I would find macaroni. I was so pleasantly surprised to find macaroni. Had to try a few convenience stores before I found it. Tried Lawson's first. They didn't have macaroni. Went to 7-Eleven next. They had it. Oh, yummy. So hey, if you try to do something, you probably can do it. Oh, and by the way, the recipe, such as it is, I got from Gradual Report, Serbian lesson number 5, I think he called it, where he made mac and cheese while speaking Serbian. U pičku materinu, which means something not so very pleasant in Serbian. Close to diole lomo in Cantonese. Actually, it means the exact same thing. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that until now. Diole lomo is one of the few bits of Cantonese I remember. And u pičku materinu, it means just about the same thing in Serbian. I remember the funniest things sometimes. Alright. Let's see if I can get this uploaded before my macaroni goes